Hey guys, it's Postboxpat. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be summarizing the entire of Season 5. It's going to be absolutely awesome. The storyline itself has been crazy this season and has been so confusing. So many people just don't have a clue of what's basically going on in the Fortnite universe. So we're going to be going over everything for you guys right now, starting with the loading screens and then jumping into the map changes and stuff like that. Then talking about the future event, which will be happening. Depending on when you're watching this, the event may have already happened with the cube, or it may have not happened. Obviously, this video will remain as like a history video for Season 5 for everyone out there. So stay tuned and let's get straight into this. So let's start off with the week 1 loading screen for Season 5. As you can see on screen right now, this loading screen was a big changing point for Season 5. So as we can see, they are going on an adventure in the brand new ATKs which were introduced during Season 5. If you haven't already checked out the trailer for Season 5, I do recommend it. And if you don't know already, there was like a huge footage like clip type thing which spawned in Burger. It spawned in loads of different items all around the map that have teleported through all these rifts and portals that have kind of been muddled up around the map. So this loading screen goes to say, what better place to start than a giant hilltop burger? We convinced a new friend to join us as well. So by the sounds of it, the idea of the Season 5 beginning was Bright Bomber, the Rex skin and the Cuddle Bear were all going on an adventure, and they introduced Drift to their adventure for the 4th seat of the ATK. Now moving on to the second loading screen, as you can see here, they are traveling through the actual lazy links which was introduced in Season 5, and in this loading screen we can see them saying they mostly involve driving around really fast. So basically they went over exactly what's going on with the golf course and just had loads of fun on the golf course, just messing around, having a bit of fun, just hitting golf balls everywhere, and they really enjoyed it. So I'm glad that that was the second loading screen. It wasn't really too much information to us generally, but I think it was cool how they introduced it, and definitely is one of the most interesting ones out of the lot. And just to note, the skin in the background is not the Omega skin. If you think it is, it's one of the other skins that have recently been added in the game with the hoodie. I can't remember the exact name for it, but I'm sure someone will comment that down below. Anyway, moving on to week 3. During week 3, we actually see Bright Bomber and her team end up going to the racetrack and introducing a new skin as well in the loading screen that we've seen in the battle pass. And there we are, we have them at the race course driving around, and it's absolutely awesome. This loading screen is called Track Record. It also says, we learned that you can go really fast if you boost out of the corners. You may lose a passenger or two though. So it just talks about them driving around the track and kind of relevant to the challenges of that week. So far the storyline is going through like this. Then moving through to week 4, after Bright Bomber and her team went on a big adventure around the map, they ended up finding a pool, by the looks of it, in Paradise Palms. It's called Poolside Paradise, and it says, we found a pool party and decided to jump in. Whether we were invited or not doesn't really seem important. So it's a cool concept, and week 4, they're just kind of just chilling in Paradise Palms. Now when it gets to week 5, they end up going to the dinosaur location. As you can see on screen right now, they have the brand new dinosaur T-Rex in the background there, and the T-Rex skin himself, Rex, is absolutely enjoying it for fun. So again, they're still going on their adventure in their ATKs, traveling the map, and this loading screen itself is actually called Blast from the Past, and it says, after stumbling across a long-lost relative, we became part of the family. So it just kind of just talks about the skin in the background there. We can see the Triceratops skin there in the background, and they're just having a bunch of fun around the area. So again, the first few weeks up to week 5 weren't really much like information at all for the Season 5 storyline, and that's why it was quite confusing, but they were just basically going on an adventure. Now when it leads to week 6, this is probably the first one that was pretty interesting out of all of the loading screens. This loading screen actually was relevant to an event in the game of Fortnite Battle Royale, and it says opening night. We were lured out by the smell of popcorn and stuck around for a movie screening. And this was relevant to the actual Risky Reels competition which Epic Games run on their website, I think it was, or their Twitter, and basically you could submit clips for the film and the winner was displayed at Risky for a short amount of time, and that's what this loading screen is actually for. So I'm so happy they've done that, and it's really awesome to see this sort of stuff popping in within the loading screen. So at this point in the storyline, Not many people knew exactly what was going on, and people were kind of discussing where exactly is Fortnite going to go with this story, and no one had an absolute clue. And then we actually got the week 7 loading screen. This one to me was probably the most interesting one. This was the turning point for the storyline after Drift's and Bright Bomber's adventure. One thing to note though, in the actual adventure they went on, Drift himself is fully kitted out with all his gear as the loading screens develop. So as the loading screens developed, Drift himself ranked up his gear and got to kind of max level, just like most of you probably did. As each week progressed, you probably leveled up a little bit, and it was just kind of just reflecting on that. Now in this screenshot here, you can see Drift here has actually lost some of his abilities. He's up there on the right. Maybe he's just selected that skin, or maybe he's just taken his cloak off. I don't know exactly why that is, but basically the Enforcer skin, which was the road trip skin, came through a rift portal where the motel sign was, and seems to be here scaring all of the characters that we've been following for this entire season. So these characters themselves in the week 7 loading screen were very stumbled on and didn't really know what to do. It looks like that ATK is in the back left there, and it says here, signing back in. The motel staff promised us a quiet stay without disturbance. 0 stars. So in this here, it just looks like the enforcers have come in, disturbed them while they were staying at motel, and something bad happens on the Fortnite map. So no one really knows what these enforcers are actually doing at this point in time, but they were a major part for the turning point of the Season 5 storyline. Now moving on to the week 8 loading screen, this is actually when the Tomato Town got changed into the Tomato Temple, and inside of here you can see the 4 skins once again, just having a chilled time. Drift is fully upgraded again, it looks like he's put his suit on again, or his cape. He's got his little torch in his hand. This is when they introduced banners into the game as well, where you could actually earn banners from collecting them, be a little bit like the secret battle star. However, they actually made it so you could actually get them once completing all your challenges. If you don't know about that already, banners are able to be claimed now if you are still playing in Season 5. Obviously you could be watching this in Season 6, Season 7, whenever you're watching this video, but obviously if you're playing it now, you can go and claim them banners, and we'll probably see that in the future as well, more banners as well. So on the week 8 loading screen, it actually says Tomato Track, and they go to say, we never expected finding a slice of pizza would be this difficult. Absolutely hilarious. I find it really funny because they kind of talk about how the Tomato Temple has been changed, or Tomato Town has been changed in Tomato Temple, should I say. So a really interesting concept, and is definitely something that was pretty major in the Fortnite turning point for Season 5. Now the final 2 loading screens are the week 9 loading screen and the bonus loading screen, which people class as week 10 or the 10th one. It doesn't really matter, it's not exactly week 10, but it's the 10th loading screen. And on here, on the week 9 loading screen, we can see Drift is there chilling with like a cube type thing, Rex himself up there, and our little teddy bear on the left, kind of just having an exciting time with the cube, just exploring it, seeing what it is. And we've got Bright Bomber there touching the cube with her finger. Now that actually says, what it says about this loading screen is 6-sided mystery. Despite all the creepy noises and the glowing signs, we couldn't resist taking a closer look. So when it gets onto the week 10 loading screen, this is when things start to get a little bit interesting. As you can see here, Bright Bomber is actually touching it with her finger. And this was the major turning point for Season 5. This is where everything changed. This is where the cube got to its biggest threat on the Fortnite universe, leading up to the upcoming event, which will be on screen at the end of the video if you haven't already heard about it or checked it out. I'll put it at the end so you guys can watch that. But we see here, dark reflection. I was looking at someone, but it wasn't me. That's what Bright Bomber quotes in this one, so it's pretty cool, and it's absolutely awesome. So after taking a huge look at the storyline relating to the loading screens, I thought I'd show you guys some map changes. Now I'm not really going to be talking about the removal of items or changes of stats or basically technical stuff in the game. I'm going to kind of avoid that in this video because this is a storyline video related to Season 5 to give you guys a recap and summarize everything that has happened in Season 5. So I'm going to focus on the main map changes, show you guys a few screenshots there, and then show you what I feel has been the biggest change in Fortnite to the map. Now obviously there is a bunch of other stuff as well that we could talk about, for example vaulted items like the revolver, but we'll leave that for now and focus on all this. If someone wants to do that in the comment section, feel free, and I may even pin your comment if you want to put all the stat changes, the major ones in the comments. I may put it in the description and in the pinned comments. That would be awesome. But anyway, let's move straight into this and show you guys the biggest changes. So as you can see on screen right now, here's a screenshot of the actual Dusty Divot and Tilted Towers building being rebuilt, and then finally they got constructed for the end of Season 5. So here is the Tilted Towers building, completely constructed. It got turned into some sort of retail store from what I know. I don't exactly know what it is or the exact name for it, but it's a cool shop. It kind of just sells like merch for Tilted maybe. I don't know exactly what it's selling, but it's a nice little design and it's pretty cool. So I did like what they did with it, and I was really happy that this was the outcome of this shop. And also we got added in the Dusty Divot Museum, or I don't know what you want to call it, memorial maybe, because it kind of brings back memories about Dusty itself. And we can pop into this if I just wind it back a little bit so the storm goes back a little bit, because obviously we don't want to be popping this with the storm. But here we are popping into Dusty itself. You can see we've got all sorts of cool stuff in here. The Dusty Divot itself has got a brand new museum area. Most of you have probably already seen this, but it basically talks about the past with Season 4 and the meteorite. And then on the inside, it actually shows some pictures of Dusty and how it used to look. So we've got a wide range of pictures here that you can see from, and it's really awesome. And we had the van, or the trucks, heading towards Dusty throughout the entire Season 5 to hint that this was going to be changed in the future. So I'm so glad that they've actually introduced something like this. They've also got a merch shop where if we wind it back a little bit more, we can send the storm backwards and head into the shop. Here we are. So let's head into the shop and check this one out, guys. So inside the merch shop, we can get all sorts of Dusty merch. It's really cool. I really do like it. Dusty Diner now it's called, obviously, because we've got the diner area for it. And it's just a really awesome area and something potentially that was pretty major for Season 5 in my opinion. Now, other little small changes that we've had for Season 5 are the actual Dusty Divot itself. Let's wind this back a little bit so I can show you guys. Basically, throughout Season 5, we had this being completely abandoned and being overgrown, and I did really like it. Now, throughout Season 4, we knew that we saw it getting changed every single week. And in Season 5, we saw it at its most abandoned state, and I really enjoyed it being like this. So this was something that maybe it may get removed from the game in the future, so I thought I'd cover it in this. Some other major changes is obviously the big changes. We had the Paradise Palms being added into the game, we got Lazy Links being added into the game, and we got a few other smaller locations as well that aren't really too major, that no one really lands at. For example, the Viking area over there, not many people usually go there, and a few other smaller bits and bobs around the map. For example, like the Durburger and all the heads and stuff that are pretty cool. I don't know why it's lagging so bad there, but all the heads and stuff are popping around the map, and all them cool things that we got for Season 5. That is everything that I can see, that I know for Season 5. The final thing I want to cover is the cube. At this moment in time, we don't actually have the cube event to cover in this video, because when I'm making this video, but obviously if you're watching this video in the future, I will definitely link it in the comment section and the description for you guys, and at the end of the screen, because it will be awesome. So these are the heads, and the other last thing we had was the gravitational fields that the cube is outputting. So the cube has been putting out these fields, which has been changing the meta a lot, especially in the competitive side of stuff, and has created crazy 50-50 matches for me, and probably many of you as well, in all sort of different game modes. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to check out the cube event when it's live. We'll have it on screen for you guys, so do go and click that when it's live. The cube event will be awesome, and that'll be the next part of this video for the Season 5 storyline. Now, if you'd like to see one of these for Season 4, we're going to have to hit at least 20,000 likes, because the Season 4 one is going to be extremely complicated to make, because we are no longer in Season 4, and we don't actually have any of the Season 4 stuff in the map, really. So creating one of these for Season 4 would take a lot of time and a lot of effort, but if you guys really want to see them, try and aim for 20,000 likes, and if we do hit that, you never know, I may sit down and produce a Season 4 storyline video for you guys, clarifying everything that happened in Season 4. But for now, that's it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed today. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel, do stick around for daily Fortnite content. I bring out a wide range of Fortnite content covering all sorts of different stuff, from challenges, tips and tricks, storyline, and so much more. Do remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll be awesome to see you guys in future videos. And once again, this is Postboxpat signing out.